with a melody. You surround me with a song of deliverance from my enemies, till all my fears have gone. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. From my mother's womb, you have chosen me. Love has called my name. I've been born again to a family. Your blood flows through my veins. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child.
Always a blessing to just kind of know what the Lord God holds for each and every one of us, and just walking you through my whole entire day. I feel so encouraged and privileged to even actually have a moment of that kind to interact with you and possibly open up some windows for you to see the inside of my practical single day when I'm off. And I just kind of felt to encourage you upon waiting upon God. And one of the most important and reason for this subject is because I have said this over and over and over, that our time frame and God's time frame sometimes is not the same. Sometimes we are actually accusing God for not showing up in the right timing that we are putting him, or we are kind of putting God and putting limitations on his timing, not letting ourselves fall in the timing of God. And once we fall in the timing of God, then God in his own way will meet our desires and our need according to his own timing, because his timing, I will say that again, is not our timing. I kind of remind you about Martha and Mary. Their brother is sick. They sent for Jesus Christ. And when they sent for Jesus Christ, who is only 2 hours away, he doesn't show up. He takes 2 more days, even after he has all this information from a family that they loved and interacted in many different ways. Remember, he went over and cleansed Simon, father of Lazarus, father of Mary and Martha. And he cleansed, so he would come over with 12 disciples together with him, and they will dine and get refreshed in that home. He was connected. When he had the message, he said to his disciples, our friend, meaning that the connection between him and Lazarus was so intimate. Our friend is asleep. And the disciples couldn't get it together. And he had to instruct them, and he actually insisted, saying, he is dead. But they sent him. They sent for him. Jesus did not show up. It took a day. It took another day. And was still hanging around in Jerusalem. And then when he showed up, Lazarus was already dead. Now, if you see the confrontation of Mary and Martha when Jesus shows up, it shows that they already started accusing him right before he even entered into the compound. Jesus, they would call him teacher, Rabbi. If you were here, our brother could not have died. If you came when we called you, things could not have been the way they are. But now they are the way you are because you did not work with our time frame. And it's so unfortunate that that's exactly who we are every single day. When we are on crisis, we demand God to enter into our flame time, and we fail to do one of the most important things that we are told by Isaiah, to wait upon the Lord. And when we wait upon the Lord, then we begin to surrender our time and we hand ourselves over into the time frame of God. Let me kind of bring a couple of important things that happens when we enter into the time frame of God. Once we do that, we release ourselves, our motives, and everything. And once we do that, we sink into God. Then the real serious motive of who we are and what we want that pertains God is revealed. Say, for example, I'm just trusting God for a certain miracle. Some of us, we are motivated or we are taken by different motives. But until we are tested by waiting, putting our hope into the Lord, that reveals the real, serious, genuine motive of our desires and on what we are trusting God for. Second very important thing is that once we connect ourselves and we enter into the time frame of God, we begin to build a very important virtue, and that's patience. Something that we are losing every single day. And it's something that God would like to impart in each and every one of us. To be patient. Waiting upon God reveals some very important things upon us, because we begin to persevere, and patience is developed, and we begin to wait upon the Lord on small things, and God gradually begins to build our muscles and our spiritual muscles, because of not only waiting on small things, but because He reveals that even the bigger things will still be handed over to us. You ever known that some of the things that wears you down are the things that are meant to build you up? You go to the gym, you lift up some weights, that's what builds up your muscles. Or maybe you are on treadmill, that's what builds up your stamina. Waiting is not something that you're so happy about. It's something that keeps you moving over and over in the same spot without seeing the progress. But in the course of that, you're building something inside of you that you cannot be able to identify with your own naked eyes. Waiting upon the Lord builds the anticipation that creates an environment where God can come and commune together with you. I said, waiting upon the Lord transforms our character. I know sometimes we are not good enough to wait upon God. But if we continue asking God for grace, that transforms our character and we begin to resemble what He intended us to become. I can say that also it creates some strong dependence on God. You know, some people depend by waiting upon their paychecks, or maybe they wait upon their employers. They wait upon big people because there are some people who will navigate them and take them to places where they want to go. But listen, if you wait upon the Lord, God begins to create an environment whereby you enter into His own time flame. And once you enter into the time flame of God, then God begins to meet you at the very need that God is calling you. I want to encourage you wherever you are in the world, and I would like to ask you kindly, subscribe on this channel. I'll be out there to encourage you, to motivate you. I'm taking a complete full nosedive into the scriptures, and I would like to walk with you. So subscribe on this channel, please. Subscribe on this channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend about this, because I want us to pray together. I want us to trust God for a miracle together. I want God to take us from one glory to another level of glory. And this will all begin when we begin to understand the scriptures and the words of God as God intended it to be. My brothers and my sisters, God serve you. Or whatever you are and whatever you're doing, God cares and loves about. Everything that you do is concerned about you. Open up your heart, open up your mind, and let God meet you to the point.
No